1 second. Not that. Not like that. I need to save. Save state as Q2. There we go. Anyway, I respect anybody who has the nerve, not the nerve, who has the guts to learn an instrument and to be so confident about the instrument that they are actually willing to put themselves in front of a stage and people, especially the singers, and actually try to do a song. Now, there's that respect, which I couldn't do. In fact, the only instrument that I really want to learn how to play is the piano. I really want to know how to play the piano because a lot of my favorite songs are played on a piano. I don't really mind. I don't want to know guitar because, quite frankly, my fingers get way. I've held a real guitar and I've tried to use it, and man, it just kills my fingers. I know I couldn't do it. I really admire the people out there who can actually learn fucking guitar. You got to build up those calluses, man. But, hey, look, Hawkeye actually broke into the 200 range. But to expect of me to break out of my game genre, because that's what I am, it's just two different worlds, and I can understand he really wants the exposure, but not on this channel, buddy. Not on this channel. Go find somebody else, and they will help you out. The best of luck. I don't even remember what your band name is. Best of luck. He told me, but I can't remember. So, oh, and I am so goddamn sure that he won't even listen to this. You know why? First of all, he won't watch this video because it's a Final Fantasy video. It's an old Final Fantasy video. This is part, like, 65. And I'm not going to title it, like, Dumb Guy in Band or whatever. He didn't strike me as a dumb guy. He just struck me as a somewhat desperate one. But, yeah. If you are in a band, highest respect. But it's kind of... You know what it's kind of like? It's kind of like somebody in the food industry talking to somebody in the makeup business and saying, hey, you know, if you tell people that our food can make you look thinner or whatever, we'll scratch your back and give you advertisement. And I'm just thinking, those are two completely different things. They're somewhat similar, I guess. Not really, but whatever. So I meant to talk about that earlier, and that made me smile. That legitimately made me go, whatever. So, now, as for this, I have about an hour before I need to stop. So I am going to get to that fire fiend. I'm going to come back, and I am going to discover exactly where the monks want me to go for next time. And I think that will be a perfect place to stop. The absolute perfect place to stop. Now, by the way, don't get me wrong. I would promote somebody, I'd say on a video, go check this out. If I really, really liked you, if I really thought that your band, group, let's player, whatever, if I really thought that you deserve the praise, I would give it to you. But since I have never heard them play their instrument, they could be terrible. They could be awful for all I know. I don't know. That's the whole thing. So, if I had done it, if I had promoted them, I feel like it would have been a forced thing. And I'm not going to do that. Ever. I will never, ever, ever, ever force the emotion. Do you know why? The main reason why is because this Let's Playing thing is where I come to bare my soul. This is where I can put all the social niceties aside, and this is just where I can be me. This is where I can be the gunslinger. I don't need to be Mr. Going Out and being nice to people. I can be brutally honest. I can be as crude, rude, as nice, as pleasant, or as fucking evil as I want to be. And to make that into a forced emotion of, go check this out so they'll promote me. No. No. I'd rather be completely unknown than go into that venue. Screw that. But anyway, so let's see. I'll get that house, which, excuse me, for $3,000 fucking dollars, I should think that that would give me full health, triple health even. Give me a temporary 10-minute boost of double health. That'd be awesome. Now let's see. Aha, look, I can use level 6 things now. We're getting up there in the spells. I'm liking this. Now, I haven't seen the Wizard Ogre do anything else but that easy-to-dodge crap that isn't even working for him. Oh, I thought that was gonna miss. Oh, by the way, I will say one other thing. Not about any of the things that I've talked about, but I got, if you know the term praise from Caesar, you've gotten praise from Caesar. That is a term which basically means you're doing something and you were complimented by somebody else who's, in your opinion, you hold in a much higher regard than yourself. So somebody that you regard in a much higher or respectful position gave you a compliment. That is praise from Caesar. I got praise from Caesar about a month ago. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. I can't remember the exact date. But I was told by Over the Gun that I ramble a huge amount. Even more than him, maybe. And that is praise from fucking Caesar. Because Over the Gun, if you don't know him, you see, here's another example. I really like Over the Gun. I think his Let's Plays are brilliant, which is why I promote him so much. Or, I think my friend The Unknown is a fantastic person, which is why I promote him so much. Or Rarzar, or J012345678912. Those are amazing people, which is why I promote them, because I really like them. But, or my friend Hawkeye. That's why I named my Black Mage, my favorite character in the Final Fantasy series so far. That is why I named him what he is. Now, hold on a minute. Let me check this. 365. Does this do more damage to me? No, it doesn't. Okay, I thought because it was deeper colored lava, I thought it was going to do more damage to me. Ah. Fucking dead ends. Ow, ow, ow. Nah, we're okay. Anyway. So, Over the Gun. Pretty much. If you... Ooh. That's an interesting combination. If you know who Over the Gun is, which I'm sure a lot more of you do than me, because I think he's got like 14,000 subscribers, and I've only got almost 1,000. Anyway, point is that Over the Gun has been known to do humongous rants from subject to subject when he goes on smoking breaks. Which, you know, personally, I don't have a problem with smoking, as long as you're only smoking tobacco. I'm not a big advocate of marijuana for 2 reasons. Number 1, people get to be assholes about it. I really don't like people who smoke marijuana because they're always assholes about it. At least in my regard. If you're a marijuana smoker and you're not an asshole to me, I will not have a problem with you doing that. But it just seems like living in California, where there is quite a lot of marijuana smoked, which I, by the way, have been a good little boy and never done, there's just a lot of people who get way too much in listening to fucking Bob Marley songs and etc. and just being dickholes about it. And that's, you know what, that's another thing about Bob Marley. Bob Marley, most of his life, almost all of his life, he promoted love and togetherness. What is he remembered for? Smoking the dope. That is bullshit. Or most associated with smoking dope. That pisses me off. Anyway, point that I'm trying to make is that Over the Gun goes on huge smoking breaks because, you know, he likes smoking, which is fine. And actually, he's using the e-cig, the electronic cigarette, which is, you know, compared to regular cigarettes, are better for you. Still bad, but still better for you than regular cigarettes because regular cigarettes have the tar and the gross nastiness that'll rot you from the inside out. You know, being very descriptive, as I like to do. Electronic cigarette just vaporizes the tobacco liquid. Oh, Lord. Like my feet are being vaporized at this very moment. Ow, 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 ow. This place kind of reminds me of Doom. Because everything reminds me of Doom. Ooh! Hello! Interesting. But anyway, over the gun. Goes on long smoking breaks. I'm going to do that. You better believe that I'm going to do that. He goes on long smoking breaks, even to the point of standing in the same position for an hour, talking about just whatever. I saw his Resident Evil, I think it was Resident Evil 2. He took a smoking break right next to a no smoking sign in the game for an hour, just talking about the game or whatever. And when I was watching it about 2 or 3 years ago, I thought to myself, what the fuck? This guy's crazy. How could anybody talk this much about anything for an hour? But now that I've gotten into LPing myself, and I think I'm okay at it. I don't think I'm the absolute #1 best, even though I've named myself #1. Invisible Gunslinger #1. Just hearing from him that I go on amazingly long rants is beautiful. Of course, at the time that he said that, I was doing the Solgren fight, which, if you guys know Bashi and the Solgren fight that I put myself through, that, my friends, was a humongous battle of words. Just, for every bullet that I punched out, at least 3 words were spoken. Oh, and by the way, another random fact. Here's an interesting idea. You know the stars in the sky, right? Funny thing about the stars, by the way, 2/3 of the names of the stars are Arabic. Not the constellations and all that, not the planets, the stars. The actual stars, 2/3 of them are Arabic names. Interesting, eh? But anyway, about the stars and the galaxies and whatever. Here's an interesting idea. Here's an interesting concept. You ready for this? There are more stars in the sky, in the universe, than all the words and sounds made by every human being that has ever lived. Think about that. Let's just say in an average person's life, my life, for example, let's just say I speak about 18 to 20, let's just say, nice round number, 100 million words. Because, I talk a lot. Let's just say 100 million words. Throughout my entire life, I live to be 80. 100 million words, and not counting the sounds. Not just the and and unarticulate groanings. Alright. That's just one person. Every person that's ever lived, all of their words and sounds combined still do not equate to the number of stars in the universe. Think about that. Another way of putting it, there are more stars in the universe. I almost said in the world. There's more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on every beach in the world. Actually, I don't know if that's just beaches or if it's just sand in general. I can't remember. If it's sand in general, then that's crazy, because you know that sand is just, there's so much sand everywhere. So, next time you feel a little bit down about something, depressed, whatever, just remember that you're one of 60 billion people alive. By the way, to remind you, of the 6-point-something billion people there are right now, every single one of them is going to die within the next 120 years. Guaranteed. There might be 1, 2 that live beyond that, but pretty much, of the 6.8 whatever billion people, almost all of them are going to be dead. All of them will be dead in 150 years, barring some kind of huge medical breakthrough. So 6.8 million people will die. No matter what. No matter what. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter what I do. 8 billion people dead. No, 6 billion. Well, actually, maybe about 6 billion. I don't know. People born, ratios, etc. So, just another thing to think about. Oh, bollocks, went the wrong way. Okay, health situation's looking okay. So, all those people all those. So the point that I'm trying to make is, next time you feel sad about something, or you're just feeling down, or whatever, or your problems seem a little bit too crazy or out there, or whatever, or sometimes I wake up, I wake up, I have a perfectly happy life, perfectly happy home life, got a job, gonna be going into college, etc. I've got this awesome hobby, I know a lot of awesome people. Sometimes I still wake up and I'm a little bit down for the day. Just remember, you're one of only 6.8 whatever billion people living in the world. We are one planet in 8 or 9, I forget how many planets there are, in the solar system. Our solar system is only one of hundreds of billions of solar systems. Our solar system, our galaxy, is only one of billions. So, think about that. And by the way, I would just like to... I've been watching a lot of astrophysicist videos lately, because I like to learn about the universe. The universe is my shit. I love that. Hello. Pretty much, by the way, sorry if I'm boring you with this talk. I'll cut it out soon, but pretty much. Oh, that's right. Aliens. Now, you might think aliens, that's a pretty crazy thing to think about. But here's another crazy thing to think about. Of the elements that we people are made of, carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, etc. Carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, and a couple other ones, to sustain life, are in the top 5 most common elements in the universe. Alright? When stars explode and release their guts out into the universe, carbon, hydrogen, and I think it's nitrogen, not oxygen. But remember, H2O, water, etc. Hydrogen, oxygen, meh. Anyway, all of those top 5 most common elements in the universe. So combine that with 100 billion stars, 100 billion galaxies, whatever, to think that we are the only life in the entire universe is pretty prideful. Wait a minute. Why did we go back up? Wait a minute. We went down and then we went back up. What's going on?